Montenegro is for years facing series of problems when it comes to the freedom of expression, especially in regard to the operation of media outlets. But that has changed in terms of the different forms and challenges that the media are facing. From the phase of the hard censorship, when we had actually the murder of one of the editor-in-chief and beatings of number of journalists and the destroyment of their property, we actually passed through the self-censorship, where actually that hard censorship had a chilling effect on journalists who limited themselves, and there were less and less of those who wanted actually to be part of the journalistic investigative teams and to work on some of the stories or issues that can actually tackle those who have the power in various aspects. And nowadays, media are probably facing one of the most sophisticated set of the pressures, which is actually illustrated through the soft censorship. And there I'm referring to the financial exhaustion of media through the privation of the public funds, but also different kind of the other contracts that media could have with the state or state-owned companies, but also to number of other private enterprises who are related in various aspects with the government. In practice, and this is also very important to note, the media market in Montenegro is probably the smallest in the region. And we are talking about the amount between 8 and 9 million of euros as assessed by IREX Sustainability Index. And when you actually analyze more thoroughly what the government and what the authorities are investing, you are coming to the point that more than 50% of these means is invested by the authorities, who can by that manage the media market by stimulating the media who are reporting in favor of the government, or in a way punishing those media who are critically oriented. Furthermore, the public broadcasting service is of course financed also by the government. So we are coming to the point where in fact you have the peanuts which is given to the independent media with the largest readership, viewership or listenership, whereas the most of the money is invested to the media which are reporting in a positive manner about the government, very often with indirect marketing and completely ignoring a large portion of the society and the existing problems. This of course leads not only to deviation of the media market, this is directly influencing sustainability of some of the major independent media, and it's important to note that this is followed by the extensive tax controls and other kind of the use of the public authority to pressure additionally media who are critically oriented, and we have found out, for instance, recently that we have public bodies which are owning like millions for the taxes, and nobody is even opening that issue or even trying to investigate the responsibility or to return the money. For instance, I will refer to the University of Montenegro, which is owing millions for the taxes, whereas on the other hand you have the examples such as TV Viesti, which had at some point €250,000 of the debt in that respect, but it was even threatened to be shut down, regardless of the fact that the management of TV Viesti has acknowledged the debt and only actually requested to reprogram that and to find sort of the better timeline to pay. So it was not like a tax evasion, it was only deleting of the payments, which is normally allowed to most of the adult taxpayers in the similar circumstances. For years we are collecting the data which have proven and it's a, I would say, proven case how this money has been allocated in non-transparent manner, in a biased manner, in discriminatory manner, and this has not unfortunately changed the practice. And this year we have actually produced the amendments of the media legislation and related legislation, trying to make that a part of the legal framework and to regulate in that way all of these deviations. The amendments have been at the end proposed by the 3 MPs to the Parliament of Montenegro. There has been a long and very vivid discussion, but it was also clear that the majority in the Parliament made a political decision, not a decision which was in favor of the public interest, and they refused them. But I'm pretty much certain that this is not the end of the life of these amendments, because this is the issue which is in the focus of the European Commission, of the State Department within their human rights report, and many other member states. So I'm hoping that soon, with the new composition of the Parliament, we will be able to resubmit these amendments, and in midterm to have really the change of the legislation which will enable equal chances for all media in Montenegro. This kind of the state of affair is heavily influencing both the professionalism in media reporting, because of course that media which are lacking the financial resources cannot invest into their own production, especially not into the investigative journalism. And on the other hand, it also limits the general freedom of expression and freedom of media, because it doesn't provide the pluralism of the opinion presented in the media with the largest circulation, viewership, or with the national coverage.